This is a BSA A65 Lightening Clubman, which is a slightly tuned version of the standard A65. Rideable classic, should be a great machine. This one unfortunately suffers from some quite extraordinary vibration. You can see it here walking on its centre stand at tick over. So the decision was to pull it down and check the crank for balance, as that was deemed to be the most likely culprit. Right, here we are. A65 complete. A65 DC 2866. All in one lump. Plugs are B70S's. Side covers loose. Electronic ignition. Echo drive. So that's your starting point. Right, so it's 12:30 on Monday the 26th of January 2025. What are you talking about? 2026. That stud looks short to me. Blobber weld in there. It's all right on the top. Looks fairly clean and tidy in there. I'm going to have to get you another view of this. That's not good enough, is it? That's better. You can see what's going on now. Just checking. I think these are 8 and 10, but we'll check in the book. Pretty sure they're 8 and 10. That's an 11. Tappets look as though they've been correctly set. We keep going. Just looking down the ports, just might be slightly oily. That one's not. This one, so this is the front left, so that's the left-hand exhaust. Looks slightly oily to me. And the inlets look sort of fairly normal. They're a little bit wet, but they will be because they're inlets. Cylinder head next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you have to remove the rockers because you can't get to these. These are on Thackeray washers, which are just overgrown key rings. It's good enough for production, but you really should shim them. So this is the rogue one. Front exhaust has got a rogue lock nut on it. Right, the load's off those rockers now. So no kickstart, Chris, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to turn the motor over. I suppose I could take the primary side off and turn it over with that. It's probably a better idea in the long run. So we're stopping the top end now, we're moving to the primary side. That's loose at the bottom. Not quite sure about that. This one at the bottom is a crosshead and it's loose. Yeah, that's an old butchered Phillips. See how this goes. Well, that looks nice and dry. Bit of rust on the chain, dust on the inside. So it looks like I owe you an apology, Chris. You aren't leaving me with a pool of oil on my workbench. We'll have the stator off, I think. That will allow me to get rid of some of these extra cables that are just winding me up. That's not too bad. And it will allow me to see if your rotor is still flopping about on the crank. Three spring washers, as you'd expect. Stator off. Well, your rotor looks pretty solid now. I thought we'd question that at one time. I think your rotor's pretty solid. I know it's a magnet, but it's a rubber hammer. I don't think there's any movement in that. So your rotor looks good, Chris. So the whole point of this is to take the stress off here, so I can remove that without any problem. That's done. Good. Does this move easily? Yeah, that's fine. Seems to be a nice fit. It's not. The reason it's stiff is that it's stiff in here, which is exactly what it should be. So what you have here is shim on the outside, shim on the outside, Thackeray washer, shim on the inside, shim on the inside. Okay, you can now have these push rods out. Turn the engine over so these ones are loose. I wish you had the plugs out. It's going to make life easier as well, isn't it? That's seen worse. B7 ES. Top of the valve stems look good, they're not hammered. Again, not significantly different from the other one. Seen worse, not perfect, but they never are. B7 ES. Right, that's all done. Where's that one there? So we'll turn over the engine to release the pressure on the inlet tappets. Right, now both of these are unloaded. There's one more at the bottom there, isn't there? I thought there was an iron stud head. Yep. One more at the bottom. Alright, that's loose. Does that mean the head's loose now? I think it is. Jolly good. So it's an iron stud head, we all need that. One with a washer, two with a washer, three with a washer, four with a washer, that's fine. So the back studs, I've got their washers, that's good. One, two, now the front studs. So who was the last person in here, Chris? Because so far, they seem to have done a reasonably good job. Right, I think that means the head's loose. There you go. Very nice too. That's interesting. We'll have a look at the head in a minute. The first thing I've noticed here is a witness mark on the top of the left-hand piston. Try and get you close up. Can you see what I mean? What's that doing there on the top of the piston? Now if we go to the head, now I can't see anything there to match. This is the other side, there shouldn't be anything here. So that looks fine. So I've got no explanation for that. Let's turn the thing over and see what happens. This is pretty friable. Maybe it's just flaked off in disgust and it hasn't been subject to impact. Clutching at straws there, but I can't see any real reason for it. Nice copper head gasket, that's reusable. Let's pull these down the bore and see if there's anything disgraceful on the bores themselves. Still signs of honing marks. No signs of anything awful. No score marks. All right then, so we pull the barrels off and see what that tells us. Yep, these are right. Right, let's get these base nuts undone. They're tight enough, but not excessive. And that one's a different size. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. That one's a different size. That one's not. That one's still 9/16 AF. Still 9/16 AF. It's just this one then. So that one probably is a Whitworth. Yes, it is. Fucking delightful. Fucking delightful. Right, those are all loose. Looks as though these are the bastards that you have to put in place before the barrel drops, because they won't clear the bottom fin. Okay, all of those now. The 2 at the back are clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, making 8 in all. The 6 at the front impinge on the fins. So, fins at the back are very, very short, and I would accept a bit of a knot. Don't really want to do it here. There we are. I think that's clear. Barrel off. Right, well, your engines show signs of balancing, but not an awful lot. Not as much as I've seen on Harveys, for example. Might retract that. There's quite a lot of drilling, but they're not very deep. Cam lobes are looking sensible. Cam lobes all look good. And we can just double check that with a quick look at the followers, shall we? Can you see that? Those follows are used but in good condition. Good. Let's bring the pistons up, see if there's any sign of damage or wear on the skirts. Yeah, minor scores, minor stuff. Nothing significant. Yeah, it's just a used piston, it's all right. Good. Rings all free on that side. Rings all free on that side, so that's fairly good news. Good old-fashioned, horrible wire gudgeon circlips. As long as they don't fly, they're fine. Those were correctly seated. Good. Yeah, that's moving nice and smoothly. It's firm, but no differential, no heat differential. So I think that's quite good. That one's moved as well. I think we'll just give the pistons a little bit of heat there. It won't be a wrestle to get it off. Right, let's hot to the touch, but you can't injure yourself. Let's go. Let's go. That's good. That suggests those are all in good nick. So I'll mark these up on the top. This is the left-hand one, so we put a left on there. This is right. This is the right one. Those aren't deep. They're just enough to see. Gudgeon pin looks good. Small end looks good, hole's not moved. Put these back so we can find them. Keep them together. So does this one need heat as well? Yes, it does. Try again. I'm going to move very easily. We'll try and support the rod and give it a bit of a tap. Yeah, it's moving. A little bit more. Warm to the touch. So upward tension, no clicks. Upward tension, no clicks. Big end seem good. All right, we'll stop there for a few minutes now.